we will finance 85%, whichever is larger, or 100% of the content. I give you an example of that. Is if the product is 100% US, on the invoice is 100% US, the maximum we will finance is 85% of that invoice, including shipping, including services, anything from the United States. We had deals that the attorney's fees in the United States were included in the transaction to finance. Even the insurance, which is, we're going to talk about how much is insurance, even the premium can be included. But let's say that product is 70% US made, and the invoice is 100%. What is the maximum we're going to support for that transaction? 70%. So we'll support the maximum, either 85 is the maximum, or the amount of US content. That's under medium term. And also we'll support 30% of local costs. What does that mean? You bring a truck, there's nothing to do to the truck. You just run the truck and make it work. But you bring a power plant, you bring in pieces, and you have to assemble it, put it together. And that might take some Bahamian labor. That labor, we support the financing for that labor up to a maximum of 30% of the value of the invoice. That's on the medium term. We'll go in a little more detail. But in the short term, now we change to 51%. It's no longer 85%. And it's renewable every year. And both of them are line of credit. But this one is the renewable line of credit. So anytime you use, if it's for $500,000, you use $500,000 in 90 days you pay it off, you still have $500,000 to use it again. And that's all the time. So it's a revolving line of credit. That's the short term, but not the medium term. The medium term is not a revolving, but the medium term is a line of credit. What is the benefits of that? That if you have $1 million, you don't have to use the whole $1 million. You have 1 year to use that. So you might use the $300,000 for the first quarter, and you pay the interest rate only for that first quarter. So you save for the second quarter, which is you haven't used the other money. But we'll give you a year for you to use the whole amount of money that you already were approved. On the percentage to be financed, when it's non-agriculture, we go up to 90%, and 98% when it's agriculture. And what is interesting in this part is that we're going to insure 90%. When we say we, remember it's Exim Bank. We're going to insure 90%, but we want the bank will be at risk 10%. So you get 100% the invoice, even though it says 90%. And finally, the multiplier policy. When I say policy, it converts to a financing, either policy or multiplier, the financing. That goes up to 95%. And the beauty of this one is that the exporter from the United States can include into the US content the overhead, or what is something new is the aggregate content of the invoice. So which is you cannot do in the other two. If you have an invoice that is say $100,000 and $60,000 are US product and it's a computer, but $40,000 are mouse from Taiwan, we will support the finance for that invoice. If it's one shipment, different from what I said at the beginning, but only can be used on this multiplier policy.